beloveds, I misplaced my heart again. That thing, story of my life. So, beautifuls and beloveds, let's see. There's a lot I want to talk to you about today, but one of the most important things is remembrance. And we use our tree, one of many, as you may know by now, as a remembrance of family or certain events. A lot of people do these things, not just us. But something I've been doing ever since my mom has passed away is she loved the ocean. I do too, by the way. But my mom, bless her heart, was a mermaid just like me. I don't know who made this, but it's a cute little decoration. So this is what I got for her this year. And in honor of her, I do sea-themed ornaments, or when I say do, I either purchase them or I make them myself. And then this kind of looks like a seashell to me, but they're wings in remembrance of those that have, gone on to higher places, I should say. And there's a whole bunch of them here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them all, but these are two examples. And my mother's birthday is very close to mine, and we are both very close to the Christmas holiday. Sorry, there's a lot of noise, so I've just given up trying to do these videos without having some kind of noisy intrusion, so I'm like, screw it. So in honor of her, I've been doing this for years. I have a lot of different ornaments that commemorate special things and special people. Isn't that pretty? It's a cursive G, and we have a lot of different special things. Of course, my name is all over a lot of this stuff. I have a Christmassy name. What am I gonna do? But anyway, beautifuls and beloveds, if you're having a hard time this holiday season because you have lost one of yours, I am very sorry. Please know that my heart goes out to you, for you, on your behalf. I wish nobody had to, pass on. It's very heart-wrenching for everyone, but such is life, and we need to learn how to function without them. So for those of you who are going through such a tremendous loss, please understand that I've been there, and I know full well how hard it can be. Losing a parent, it doesn't matter how old you are, it's still a parent that you're losing. I mean, right? When you lose them when you're younger versus when you're older, does that really matter? It's still your parent, and it's very hard to manage because you are essentially the next in line. Like for the royals, it was a line of succession next in line for the throne. Well, you have your own little kingdom. Isn't that what your family is? Not something that you rule and boss people around, but that is the way of things, and there's a hierarchy, and being the eldest, it puts a burden on the people who are the eldest in families to be able to lead, and to lead with love. That is a bigger challenge. I know. But I want to say, for the comforting issue, guys, it doesn't get easier. I think you just learn how to manage it better as time goes on. I can't say that it's easier. It has just become something of a normal status quo thing for me. And I did lose my mom at a younger age than a lot of people. A lot of people get to see their parents grow to be a ripe older age in their 80s and 90s, and that I will never have that. So, you know, with my mom. And it's hard. But I can go back in time in my memories and revisit her, revisit the moments that we did have together and celebrate that. I was blessed to have known her, and she was the one who allowed me to share her body for 9.5 months. And I'm very, very glad that I had her as a mother, with the imperfections and with those things that she did well. Because now I can see those imperfections in me. Guys, you pass it on to your kids whether you want to or not. And I have a choice to make. Can I supersede that which my parents didn't give me? Can I take the flaws and build upon that and no longer have them as flaws but strengths and places to ennoble not only me, but other people that I come in contact with. So I think it's very possible. I have been able to do some of those things in my life, and I use the passing of my mom as a time of rest, a time of worship unto God too. I'm not crazy about the idea that he has her and I don't, you know, but what can I possibly do? I can do nothing. I am only human, just like we all are. And I'm just grateful that I did have her for as long as I did. And also another commemorative thing that I do is I have a lot of winged designs, I guess you should say, on here. Birds, butterflies, especially butterflies. And I get to remember how beautiful her wings were. I can say they were pretty strong. You know, that which is in my book. What do I usually say? I say vibrant were her petals and mighty were her wings. Well, you can flip that around too, and it's also in my books where I do flip it around and I say mighty were her petals and vibrant were her wings. And I take that to mean a triumphal and very beautiful stance. When you get your wings, you can learn how to fly above these troubles and soar with the winds instead of having the winds pummel you. And sometimes we face great storms. Of course, losing a loved one, whether a parent or not, is very hard. And you have to learn how to weather those storms. And just like an eagle, they know how to time the winds. They know how to catch the wind. Not grasp it in their hand. They don't have hands. But they know how to, like surfing, they know how to catch waves, they know how to catch the wind, and they know how to work with it and soar with it. No matter how stormy the weather is, no matter how dark and gloomy, but you have to make a choice. To fly during a storm is challenging. I can vouch for that. But if you choose to play it safe and not progress and not go forward with your life, not moving on, not saying, oh, okay, we can't do any more here. No, that's giving up. Not to give up, but to move forward and not let the past anchor you and not to let it be unresolved as much as you can do with your two little hands, but to go forward with peace. Take your memories with you. Take your parents with you. There are so many different ways you can do that, and this is one of many ways I choose to do that. But I find that every day of my life I am serving the memory without being enslaved to it. I realize that every decision I make, I look at my defaults and see, is this my parents? Is this my mom's default? Is this something of a character trait that she inadvertently taught me that might be good, might be bad, might be neutral? I have to decide, do I want to keep that? So I feel like my mom is alive still with me because I'm her daughter, and I survived. She taught me how to survive. She taught me how to not let the bad guys get her down, so I don't let the bad guys get me down either. She was a fighter. But what most did not expect was that I would be 10 times the fighter she was. Woe to those who ever crossed me. That's life, but it's a beautiful tribute unto my mother. I want to give her so much more life, and I carry that within my heart, within my actions, within my speech, within my artwork, and I'm very, very pleased to do so. So take what I've said as an example. Don't steal it, don't regurgitate it. If you want to share the video, you have to keep all the copyright intact, and my voice, and the credits, and the citations, and properly give me credit. If not enough to just do quotes around what I have said, you have to cite me as source and where you got it from. That's the rule. It's also the law. So, beautifuls and beloveds, I thank you so much for your time, and I am grateful that I am able to do more videos again and share with you. And yeah, oh boy, there's going to be so many more videos to come. I'm just so thrilled that I can speak up, and dancing will be had and done. Oh man, so many people just tried to get me not to speak, get me not to dance, and I'm like, no, you don't do that. You just don't do that. So I'm fighting back so hard. I am not ashamed and I'm not afraid. I'm very grateful, actually, and I just want to impart that upon to you. I just want to give you something within my heart to help you go further in your day. So forgive me for my words being a little stunted. I haven't done these in a while, and it's really hard when somebody suppresses you and is trying to, it's an attack. I don't care what anybody says. Make fun of it, don't make fun of it. Be on my side, don't be on my side. It is an attack, and you will see very soon all of it, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to bring it forward, and I thank everybody who's given me the vessel and vehicle to do so. And I also thank those who have protected me, and I also thank those who taught me how to protect my own self. And I really want to say that if you are going through a hard time, please, I get the hard time thing. I'm not in competition with anybody about who's suffered more or whose hard time was worse than somebody else's, because we also each have a threshold, and it's going to be different. My hard time might be somebody's cakewalk. Although, I don't know, this is pretty intense and extreme, and I don't use the word attack lightly. Just go to my social media wall and read a lot of that stuff. It's all documented. It's evidence, factual. It's pretty hardcore stuff. You know, if I can get through that and still be standing, dancing, I'd say at about 70% capacity. We're getting there. I'm not going to stop. I've been able to rise above this, the dance warrior in me, and I just want to say too, as you go through your valleys and you think you can never be like hinds feet on high places, you can be. You know that book? I told you guys about that 5-6 years ago. Hannah Bernard's Hinds Feet on High Places, and she's done a whole bunch of them. We have a whole bunch of them. Mountains of Spices, I think that's the other one. They're all allegorical tales, and they tell a wonderful story of how you can soar and rise above your troubles, and when the valleys of testing and hardship come to you, how you can survive it, and not only survive it, but be as the hinds feet on high places, and be able to go through hardships, but each time have a little more strength and have a little bit more of your heart not damaged, because you let the Lord into your heart, because you let him be your savior, your king. That's my secret. How does she do it? How does she do it? You know, how do I do it? That's how I do it. It's something nobody can take away from me. It can be challenged. It can be. You can walk away from it, but can you really? I tried. I'll tell you one thing, God is like a hound from heaven. He will pursue you. If you're His, He will pursue you. Don't get scared, it's not a scary thing, but He just wants you. You're His beloved, beloveds. What can I say? So take heart, and please don't be alone this holiday season. If you lost your spouse and that was all you had, please find somebody, reach out to somebody that's safe. Go do charity work even. I've done that before. I've done it to where it was a holiday and I'm like, I'm going to serve these people. And I was in a bad, bad state. Really bad state. I was so sad. But doing that got me new friends. I got to meet a lot of people, and it took me out of my sorrow for a little bit. It was a nice, I don't want to say distraction because that sounds almost flippant. And it almost sounds like a belittling of a severe circumstance. But guys, you gotta do whatever you can. And that was what I could do at that time. Helping out a friend is also great. But also take time for yourself. It's not feeling sorry for yourself. You have to mourn. So many people want to say, oh my gosh, she's feeling sorry for herself. He's feeling sorry for himself. We're allowed to mourn. And if people are saying that about you, obviously they're not your friends. Tune them out. Get rid of them. You don't need that. You don't need that in your life. That's probably a hard lesson I've had to learn, but I did. And I just don't keep giving the same people chance after chance after chance anymore, because when somebody shows you who they are, okay, there can be mistakes here and there, I get that, but if somebody's made an honest mistake, then they'll be willing to fix it completely without having any residual damage done to you. Restitution. It's a beautiful thing, beloveds. So beautifuls and beloveds, I do hope that you have a good holiday season, whatever holiday that is. We celebrate all of this stuff. We're a little slow this year getting started with everything. Really, we have had to juggle so much. The right to live, actually. It's ridiculous. But you'll see. Keep watching, keep tuning in, and we'll share with you as we're allowed to. So take care. My heart to you again. Please, beautifuls and beloveds, be with somebody that you love this year. Put them in your heart. Never let them go. It doesn't matter where we go. They track us down. Anyhow, I've got stuff to do, and I'm just wishing you a